Morning, everybody. I'm here at my clinic in Ballybrack Village this morning. It's a Monday morning. I'm looking forward to the day working with all my clients here. The topic for today is Lyme disease. Also, you could mention chronic fatigue syndrome and generally all those symptoms which seem to deplete us, to deplete our clients. And of course, Applied Biomagnetic Therapy has had very good results with so-called Lyme disease. A better name for it would be multiple systemic infectious diseases syndrome. It's very hard for me to understand why anybody would dismiss this as an illness, that multiple systemic infectious diseases, namely when the microbes in the body are pathogenic, out of balance with the biomagnetic field, of course it's going to cause illness. It's a puzzle to me why we don't treat microbes as a major issue in health. It seems it's treated in some circumstances, like the HPV virus is taken very seriously. The influenza virus is taken very seriously, but not other microbes, which is extraordinary. Anyhow, what is the multidimensional medicine approach to Lyme disease and chronic fatigue? Well, as you can guess, it's multidimensional, namely, every input has a respected place in the approach to bringing our clients back to health. Antibiotics play an important role, especially when people are very depleted. And I have seen examples where people have been able to get out of wheelchairs as a result of antibiotic treatment and other antivirals. That's not to be dismissed. However, we do find that that's a good result, but it doesn't often deliver complete recovery. So we need multidimensional medicine, which is another dimension to be brought in. And I'll just share an experience with the applied biomagnetic approach to this, that what I would find is that because, as you know, we're able to identify microbes through their energy signature. Now, this is not proved scientifically, but because we get such good results over many years, I think I've done nearly 15,000 hours of treatments, many of those on fatigue conditions. And there is a strong correlation between the microbes that I can identify and the results. So let's accept for the moment that microbes play a major role in these conditions. So let's add in that dimension. And what do we find? Well, of course, we do find that the well-known microbes like Borrelia, Bartonellas, the mycoplasmas, the Clostridium, and so on, you know, those of you who have Lyme disease have studied these things, and you know that these play a role. And of course, anything that helps balance those microbes is important. But the thing is, we are 85% microbe. So our whole immune system is our defense. And non-pathogenic microbes have a very strong role to play in helping us heal from pathogenic microbes. So that's why we say that the antibiotic, antiviral treatment with chemical drugs has a role to play, but you need another dimension to complement that. And that's where biomagnetic therapy can play a role. But it isn't the only modality that's important here. Any kind of energy medicine, nutrition, plays a crucial role in the treatment of these kinds of conditions. Acupuncture has been combined with a number of other things, including biomagnetic therapy, kinesiology. I could go on, many. So we want a multidimensional approach to this. And interestingly enough, when I work with people what I find is that it's not the tick bite necessarily that pushes people into chronic fatigue. They play a role, but we do know that, for example, forest workers in Canada all have huge antibodies to Borrelia and Bartonellas and so on, and yet they don't get sick. And I find that family members of people with chronic fatigue and Lyme disease don't get the same symptoms, even though they share the same microbes as the family member who does have Lyme disease. Okay? So what have we found? Well, generally speaking, what I find is that microbes that were important at the beginning of life, like rubella, measles, staphylococcus, and these that would have come in to the body at a very early stage just after birth and also in the birth canal, when they're out of balance and when they have become mostly pathogenic, it does set people up to be very vulnerable for tick bites and other insect-borne type diseases. That is why the forest workers, people who work with animals and so on, don't get the symptoms of fatigue conditions, because they already have a very strong microbial field, and especially their early childhood microbes are in balance. And I've had examples here where I haven't had to balance the well-known microbes in relation to Lyme disease and fatigue, like Borrelia, but once the earlier microbes were balanced, the person got better. They were able to deal with the later infections very effectively. Anyway, multidimensional is the key word here. And there's no doubt about it that detoxing the body from metals, improving the functioning of the liver, the kidneys, and the whole digestive system, because after all, even if you do take antibiotics, you do need a digestive system that can break these down, and so you can extract the benefit from them. But often we don't have the ability to process these medications, and therefore people keep increasing the dosage of them. But it isn't the dose that's the issue, it's the fact that they cannot be metabolized. That's the fundamental issue. And so metabolism is a very important dimension of a multidimensional approach to this, and so on. So really what we want to do is not to place any one dimension of the healing as the only thing. My dream is that maybe it's a 30-year project. I sometimes think it's going to take about 30 years for us to have a multidimensional approach to health and well-being. And by becoming a biomagnetic therapist, at least you are going to provide one of the key dimensions of the treatment of Lyme and fatigue-like conditions. Anyway, it's nice to talk to you. Hope to talk to you soon again. Have a good day, and God bless you.